calendar had something inside it. Work until 6, train at 6:50. Dinner at 7:30, call at 8, study at 9, sleep exactly on time. If nothing moved 5 minutes, it looked disciplined. It felt organized until traffic happened, until a meeting ran long, until one task needed 30 minutes. I had it predicted, and the whole day started falling into the next box. Dinner rush, training short and study skip, sleep pushed back. I kept blaming interruptions, but I had built a page with nowhere for reality. Right, margin isn't empty because nothing was scheduled there. Sometimes blank space is what keeps the rest readable. Leave a margin, don't fill every line. Give the day somewhere to bend without breaking the design. Room for delay, room to recover, room to choose instead of react. A schedule with no breathing space is one surprise away from collapse. Leave a margin. I started with 30 minutes, nothing assigned, no hidden tasks waiting to occupy it, just space between work and training. At first, I hated seeing it there. It looked inefficient, then Wednesday ran late. 22 minutes for what? Nothing downstream, had to pay. I ate normally, trained normally, went to bed without stealing time from the next morning. That blank square had done more for the whole day than another scheduled task could, so I added margins elsewhere. Fewer back-to-back commitments, one evening without a productivity target. Room in the training plan for a session that needed adjusting. The structure got loose and my consistency got tired. Leave a margin, don't fill every line. Give the day somewhere to bend without breaking the design. Room for delay, room to recover, room to choose instead of react. A schedule with no breathing space is one surprise away from collapse. I used to think good planning meant predicting everything correctly. Now I think good planning remembers that I won't. Life has addicts, traffic fatigue, a sick relative, a task that takes longer, a body that sometimes needs a different pace than the spreadsheet expected. Margin isn't weakness in the plan, it's respect for what the plan can. No, every blank space needs filling. Not every free hour needs earning. Capacity unused today can become stability tomorrow. I don't schedule myself to the edge anymore. Leave a margin, leave a margin, leave a margin. Leave a margin. Let the pace breathe, enough structure to direct me, enough space to meet what I can't foresee. I still plan, I still commit, I just stop making perfect timing. The only way the day can succeed. Leave room for reality and keep the important lines intact. For months, I kept one room in my life locked. Inside it was the thing I failed at, the test I didn't pass, the position I didn't earn, the shape I lost after stopping, the confidence that didn't return. I kept the door shut by staying busy, stacking harmless tasks in the hole. Anything to avoid walking back inside and seeing what the failure actually cost. People thought I had moved on, I even learned to sound convinced, but avoidance has a strange architecture. You can leave one room untouched and still build your whole day around it. One night I opened the old folder, no music, no speech, no dramatic plan, just the score, the comments, the mastered again. Change the schedule, ask for help where pride used to speak. Train the weak parts instead of the impressive ones. Put 2 focused hours into every weekday. Some nights I still pass that doorway. It felt the old embarrassment return, but feelings stopped being locked once I learned I could enter and work. The second attempt wasn't clean. There were bad practice scores, missed targets, days I wanted the whole room sealed again. I left it open anyway. No locked memory, no forbidden floor. No failure gets a private room that controls the rest of the house. I can look at it, I can work beside it, I can change what happens now. I leave the door open, not because the past feels small, because hiding from one unfinished room was costing space in all of that. I leave the door open, let the old result remain. It can tell me where I failed, it cannot tell me where I stay. Nothing I avoid gets to run the building. War exhaustion like proof of commitment. 4 hours of sleep still calling it discipline. Coffee in the dark, jaw locked through the shift, then forcing a session with nothing left to give. My numbers went backward, my temper ran short. Every small problem felt heavier than before. I blame the program, changed every set. Never questioned the nights I refused to protect. I treated recovery like time I had lost, a soft little habit with no visible cost. But machines don't fail only under the load, they fail when the damage gets nowhere to go. Shut it down before it breaks, cool the system, check the strain. Power isn't running every part until it shakes. Maintenance is part of power. That is what keeps strength awake. That is what keeps strength awake. I started with sleep, 7 hours marked, phone out of reach when the room went dark. Cut 1 late session, reduced 1 round, let the body rebuild what pride had worn down. At first rest felt like standing still, like I was surrendering some piece of my will. Then the bar moved cleaner, my focus held. I stopped needing anger to push through myself. The work became sharper when recovery had space. No wasted motion, no permanent race. I learned that restraint is not weakness concealed, it is how useful force gets renewed and revealed. Inspect the damage, replace what is worn. A system neglected cannot stay strong. I do not earn respect by ignoring every warning. I do not prove discipline by arriving barely functioning. The strongest machine still needs the power cut. Open the panel, tell the truth, repair what pride covered up. Covered up. Shut it down before it breaks, cool the system, check the strain. Power isn't running every part until it shakes. Maintenance is part of power. That is how I stay in place. I train hard enough to need recovery. I recover well enough answered every noise like it deserved my attention. Like it deserved my attention. A message lit up, I checked it. A thought came in, I chased it. 10 minutes into one task, I was already somewhere unrelated. Tabs open like voices in a crowded station. Half finished work spread across the screen. By evening I was tired enough to feel productive with almost nothing finished in front of me. I blame the workload, blame the pace. Said focus wasn't built for days like these. But the truth was harder to admit. I kept giving every interruption the same authority as what mattered to me. Noise doesn't become important just because it gets loud. A signal doesn't need to shout when I already know what I'm listening for. Static is not a signal. I don't follow every sound. I choose one clear transmission and let the rest fade out. Not every thought gets answered. Not every voice gets through. If it doesn't serve the work in front of me, I let the noise stay noise. I started leaving the phone in another room. One window open, one timer running, one problem until it moved. At first the silence felt uncomfortable, like I was missing something somewhere else. Then I noticed what I'd really been missing, the depth that only comes when attention stops dividing itself. 40 minutes became an hour became finished work. I could finally see the difference between being mentally occupied and actually moving something forward. Even training changed, no scrolling between sets, no searching for the perfect song. I heard my breath, watched the movement, kept the purpose close. Student, stay there. Let the interference pass. Student, stay there. The message doesn't change because distraction is. Some noise wears urgency. Some noise wears opportunity. Some noise sounds exactly like fear, telling me to leave before the hard part gets deep. I don't have to silence the whole world. I only have to stop toning toward it. Static is not a signal. Volume doesn't earn command. I keep one frequency steady until the work is in my hands. Let the alerts keep blinking. Let the background fight for room. I decide what reaches me. I decide what I pursue. Attention goes where I send it. I stopped letting noise choose the address. Clear sky, hard rain. The schedule stays the same. Good mood, bad day. The work does not obey. I stopped asking the weather to approve what I do. Conditions can change. The standard stays true. The standard stays true. I checked how I felt before choosing the day. Like energy had to arrive a certain way. If sleep wasn't perfect, I lowered the aim. If the week felt heavy, I canceled the plan. I waited for focus with nothing going wrong. A quiet mind, a full tank, a body feeling strong. That forecast came rarely, and when it appeared, I wasted half of it hoping it would stay clear. Then one difficult month turned into 3. Missed routines, late work, promises weak. I blame the climate surrounding my life, but the pattern was mine every time I declined. The storm was not stopping me. I was stopping until the storm passed. So I built a version for difficult days. 10 focus minutes, 1 useful page. A shortened session motion or walk around the block, not my highest output. Still keeping the cloud. When energy returned, I increased the demand. When it disappeared, I still followed the plan. Consistency stopped meaning maximum force. It meant staying connected to the chosen cause. The rough weeks taught what comfort never could. A reduced honest effort still protects the good. I quit treating struggle like a canceled event. Bad conditions became where discipline was met. Clear sky, heart rate, the schedule stays the same. Good mood, bad day, the work does not obey. I stopped asking the weather to approve what I do. Conditions can change, the standard stays true. What if the day turns cold? Reduce the distance, keep the direction. What if the mind feels slow? Lower the volume, keep the commitment. What if the storm stays? And I become someone who works in the rain. Clear sky, heart rate, I answer with my name. Full strength, small step, both keep the promise kept. I need no permission from the weather I move through. Conditions can change, the standard stays true. I adjust the effort. I do not abandon the day. No defense without ivory. I missed the date and hid the message. Left the project unnamed. Every hour I stayed silent. Added witnesses for shame. I rehearsed a long defense about the week I couldn't manage. But excuses sound convincing only when they never face the damage. The empty file became a verdict I had written for myself. Guilty of not being ready, so I placed the work back on the shelf. Bring evidence, not a story. One completed page can speak. Bring evidence, let the record show the promise that I keep. Shame can make its accusation. I don't answer with the play. I put evidence on the table and let action represent me. I sent the honest explanation, then delivered what I could. No grand claim of sudden greatness, just a draft that finally stood. Fixed the errors, took the feedback, stopped confusing, fought with fate. Every correction entered testimony that I still could change the case. What do I claim? Nothing. What do I show? Work. Who gives the verdict? The days I repeat. Bring evidence, not a story. Let completed effort speak. Shame can make its accusation, but it cannot sentence me. I put yesterday into rooms it had never entered. Bad meeting on Tuesday and Wednesday, paid for it. Missed a lift on Friday and Saturday became proof that the whole week was wrong. One careless mistake would climb onto my back and stay there for days, collecting other mistakes like luggage with no destination. I told myself I was learning from it, but learning ends with an adjustment. I was just carrying and everything felt heavier because every new task arrived with all the weight already attached. No extra baggage, bring only what belongs here. Today's work has enough weight without yesterday hanging from it. Take the lesson, walk in with my hands clear. What already happened can teach me. It doesn't get to travel everywhere. I noticed it after a rough presentation. Stumbled twice, lost my place, walked out angry and spent the entire commute replaying it that night. I was supposed to train. Normally I'd have dragged the embarrassment right through the door. Turned one professional mistake into a bad session two. Instead I sat in the car and wrote 3 lines. Spoke too fast. Skipped the pause after questions. Didn't rehearse the final section. There, useful information. Everything else was dead weight. I folded the page, went inside and trained without making the room. Answer for something that happened hours earlier. Take the lesson, leave the luggage. Take the lesson, leave the luggage. I still review what goes wrong, I just don't worship the replay. A failed second tell me where technique slipped. A bad week can show me where the schedule was unrealistic. A mistake can earn a correction, but it doesn't earn permanent storage inside every decision. After it I used to think carrying regret proved that I cared. Now I know responsibility is lighter and more demanding. Facts, what can be facts, and free both hands for what comes next. Past failure has a destination. Reflection, correction, release, not permanent transport. No extra baggage. I know what comes with me. The lesson stays, the punishment doesn't. The facts stay, the identity doesn't. I don't make today's work harder just to prove yesterday mattered. It mattered, I learned, now I move. I leave every room with only what the next one can use. I stayed busy all evening and never touched what mattered. I answered every small request, renamed folder, swept the floor, read the same 3 messages, then checked the schedule once more. I called it preparation, but the main task stayed untouched, waiting at the end of midnight while I ran from what is on. My mind became an airport with every light turned on. Minor flights demanding clearance, nothing landing, nothing gone. I kept filling every minute so I wouldn't have to face the one departure that required all my focus in one place. Clear the runway, let one purpose have the ground. Hold the minor traffic, bring the main work through right now. The next night I closed the inbox, placed the phone beyond my chair, wrote one outcome on the paper, removed everything but that No new task, receive permission, no distraction. Got a gate for 40 uninterrupted minutes. I stay with what I came to make. At first the silence felt like danger, like I should be somewhere else. But the work began advancing when it had the field itself. I learned busy is not useful when it scatters. Every force attention needs an open runway, not 100 moving lights. Clear the runway, let the main thing move. No circling for permission, no delay disguised as useful. I can answer smaller matters after something real gets through. Clear the runway, give the mission room to move. Now I see the old diversion when it dresses up as care. One more check, one quick adjustment, one more task that wasn't there. I write it down for later, I return without debate. Not everything that calls me has the right to take the gate. Pull the traffic, kill the noise. One direction, one clear choice. Nothing lands until I choose. Clear the runway, move. Clear the runway, let the main thing move. No circling for permission, no delay disguised as useful. I can carry smaller matters once the necessary work gets through. Clear the runway, give the mission room to move. Busy does not earn the night, completion does. Left in the shift, and I was already gone. Leaving notes without a heading, leaving plates where they had dropped. I told myself tomorrow could repair the final mess, but tomorrow always entered underneath unfinished weight. At the desk I closed the laptop with the hardest task unnamed. In training I skipped the cool down, left the equipment out of place. I knew how to start with purpose, I knew how to push through strain, but I treated every ending like it didn't shape the next day. Close, clean, the ending is part of the work. Close, clean, the ending is part of the work. So I stayed 5 minutes longer, not to prove that I was tough, but to leave a clear beginning for the person waking up. Waste returned, bottle rinsed, first task written on the page. One loose thought recorded so it wouldn't steal the morning. That's my closing ritual, changed the way the whole week moved. I stopped entering all confusion before choosing something new. Completion became more than reaching the final repetition, and memory scoring what I used and leaving purpose in position. Close, clean, don't abandon the last step. Finish what supports tomorrow, not just what exhausted me. Close, clean, leave direction where I'll see it. A strong beginning is prepared by how I choose to leave the evening. Anyone can stop when tired, I decide how I depart. Clear the surface, mark the next move, put each tool back where it starts. No grand ending, no display, just respect for the next day. Close, clean, don't abandon the last step. complete. A loud engine can still be going nowhere. Music high, plans announced, new routine, new declaration, every goal said out loud. For a week I ran on impulse, redlined everything I touched. Then the heat became exhaustion and the silence showed too much. I had power without maintenance, speed without a steady head, kept confusing strong ignition with the motor built to last. When motivation lost its voltage, I would park and call it fade. Wait for some electric feeling to return and set the pace. Keep the engine honest, don't rev what you won't drive. Give it fuel in measured portions, keep the working parts alive. Keep the engine honest, no performance, no disguise. A machine earns its distance by the miles it can survive. So I lowered the ambition to a pace I could repeat. 3 planned sessions, full recovery, simple food and honest sleep. I learned friction needs attention, learned the warning signs by sound. Stop pretending I was stronger when the system wore me down. Some nights after work I entered with no energy to spare. Did the minimum with purpose, left the ego over there. Not every day was acceleration, some were checks beneath the hood, but prevention kept me moving better than intensity could. I don't need smoke from the tires, I need traction on the ground. I don't need a roaring promise, I need motion I can count. Tighten what is coming loose, replace the habits worn, respect the limits of the system, then return the next day strong. Keep the engine honest, let consistency decide. Fuel the work, protect the structure, never fake the warning light. Carries me. I had a reason for everything except the part that belonged to me. Yeah. The project missed on Thursday, and I named who dropped the ball. The brief was late, the timeline changed. The team ignored my calls. Every fact was partly valid, that made hiding easy too. I never mentioned all the mornings I delayed what I could do. Yeah, in training I blame the equipment, crowded racks and limited space. But I had skipped the basic work that needed nothing but a place. I kept pointing at the burden like responsibility was unfair, but the load became much heavier every time I left my chest. Carry my side, name what is mine. No more hiding in the reasons that are technically right. Carry my side, lift, don't explain. I can ask another hand for help, but I won't hand them all the weight. Yeah, Friday, I called the meeting, started with the missing truth. I delayed the final numbers, that part belongs to me, not you. No collapse, no public sentence, just a problem we could face. Once I stop protecting ego, we could put the work in place. Afterward, I train with basics, floor work, bands, control, repeats. Not the session I had pictures, still the session I could keep. Ownership felt less like punishment, more like getting leverage back. When I named the weight correctly, I could finally change the stack. What is mine? I carry. What is theirs? I lead. What needs help? I ask clearly. What needs action? Me. Making every fault alone, it is knowing which part has my name and refusing to disown it. No extra guilt, no easy blame, no dragging someone else beneath the weight attached to my name. Carry my side, name what is mine. I don't need a perfect reason, I need an honest line. Carry my side, left, don't explain. I can share a heavy burden, but I won't abandon my way. Before I point across the room, I check my hands. I'll make the next move honest. I lost a week, then told myself the whole month had been ruined. Missed one session, ate off plan and used it as permission. I treated every small mistake like checkmate on the board, then knocked the pieces over so I wouldn't face the score. It was easier to surrender than admit I still had choice. Failure spoke in final language till I questioned its authority. What is left? One honest move! One honest move! I filled the bottle, took a walk, prepared the meal I'd planned. Opened up the schedule and returned one task by hand. No grand recovery montage, no perfect sequence from the start. Just a move that matched the person I was trying to become. One honest move, that is how I changed the game. Not by claiming I am flawless, not by hiding what I played. One honest move, from the square where I now stand. I can't undo the last decision, but the next is still my hand. A bad move is not the board, a lost piece is not the end. I stop asking for a restart and continue from what's left. I make the next move The meeting ended early, but the tension stayed late. He had missed what he promised. I had smiled in his face, said no problem, we're good. Then complained down the hall, let resentment keep speaking where I said nothing at all. For 2 weeks, every message sounded sharper than sent. Every question felt loaded through the anger I kept. I avoided the subject to preserve something calm, but false peace is a fabric with a tear running on. A train in that thought followed each pull of the rope. The knot in my shoulders, the unfinished note. I can feel one loose thread catching everything near, turning one honest sentence into days of unclear. I called silence respectful, it was fear dressed polite. I was letting one small split spread wider each night. What I would not repair kept deciding the fit. The seam wasn't failing, I was pulling on it. Catch the thread, name the tear, repair it while the edges still are near. Sigh, what happened here? There's some. A truth addressed directly does less damage than a lie. Does less damage than a lie. I asked him the next morning for 10 minutes alone. No audience around us, no rehearsed angry tone. Said I told you it was fine, that was not fully true. The missed handoff cost hours and I blamed it on you. Then I owned owned what was mine. I should have spoken that day. Instead, I let frustration leak through everything I said. He explained what had happened. Some details changed shape. Some responsibility stayed exactly in place. We made one clear process for the next deadline. Confirmed before leaving. Put the risk into writing. No miracle reunion. No instant erase past. Just two people repairing what avoidance had stretched. The room felt less heavy when the facts had a name. Not because truth was painless, but because it had aim. A needle looks violent till it closes the split. Sometimes care means entering the place that was ripped. The thread I left loose kept pulling the whole thing apart. One sentence avoided, put tension through every part. So I face it while it's small. I speak before it spreads. I will not call it peace when resentment fills the thread. Not every tear needs blame. Not every conflict needs heat. But every hidden fracture changes how the pieces meet. Ask clearly, listen fully, own the part that belongs. Repair is not agreement, it is refusing to prolong. Not when something cuts trust, I don't wait for the stain. I check whether it matters or if ego complains. If the issue is real, I bring it forward with care. What happened, what it cost, what I need from here. I don't build secret cases while acting unchanged. I don't punish through distance, then deny there is strain. Some conversations end with no comfortable fit, but an honest, clean ending beats a silent, slow split. At the bench, I finish every fraying rap, cut the damage section, tie the tension back. That small physical habit became something I keep. Handle weakness while repair is still cheap. The thread I left loose does not control the whole design. I speak before resentment starts rewriting every line. I face it while it's small. I mend what can be mended. No false peace in my mouth while the fabric stays divided. I repair the tear I can't say before it becomes the way I live. The 20th mark is down. Programs, fresh notebook, perfect page. The first week felt important. The fourth began to lose its shape. I could start with full conviction, but completion asked for more. Ordinary repetition after novelty had closed the door. A 20-session block was written clearly on the wall. By session 9 I questioned whether counting helped at all. By 12 progress looked too quiet. By 13 work felt played. I had always left the record when excitement left the frame. This time I kept the marker beside the training log. No promise about the outcome, only marks for showing up. Put the mark down, let the count become real. Not for what I meant to finish, for the work my hands complete. Put the mark down, let consistency be seen. I don't leave a line unfinished just because the middle isn't clean. 14 came with heavy legs, 15 followed little sleep. I reduced the load with reason, but the appointment stayed with me. 16 happened in the spare room, bands attached beneath the door. 17 was short and focused, still it counted like before. ending wasn't near. I used to worship starting, now I respect the close. Anyone can love the first mark. Character completes the road. Put the mark down, let the count become real. Not for what I hoped would happen, for the standard that I keep. Put the mark down, finish what I said I'd start. Completion is a quiet strength that doesn't need a perfect heart. The 20th mark is down. The 20th mark is down. Anger wanted the driver's seat. Anger wanted the driver's seat. The supervisor cut my proposal in a sentence, code and brief. I nodded through the meeting, then carried every word with me. By evening I was still replying to an argument already done. Drove too fast through every movement, loaded more than I could run. I wanted force to prove my value, wanted exhaustion as revenge, but emotion at full throttle, never care where I would end. I had car reaction, honesty like control, meant being fake, but every impulse given steering made tomorrow pay the rate. Hands on the wheel, eyes on the line, I can feel the engine shaking without letting anger drive. Hands on the wheel, choose before speed, every feeling gets a seat, but none of them decide for me. But none of them decide for me. I lowered what I had loaded, took a breath and checked the form. Let the heat pass through the body without turning it to harm. At home, I read the comments with the pen instead of pride. Found 2 points that needed changing, left the careless tone aside. The next morning, I revised it, no revenge inside the page. Just a clearer set of numbers and a calmer kind of strength. That was when I understood it. Self-control is not retreat, it is keeping my direction when emotion floods the street. Feel it, name it, do not hand it keys. Hear it, hold it, choose what action means. A sharp turning fury can erase a mile of gain. A steady hand can carry what a reckless heart would waste. I don't silence what I'm feeling, I don't let it choose the road. I listen for the message, then decide what I will do. Hands on the wheel, eyes on the line, I can feel the engine shaking without letting anger drive. Hands on the wheel, standards before speed, every feeling gets a voice, but none of them decide for me. The road stays mine when I keep hold of the wheel. Rain on the window, stiffness in the joint. Another day that didn't feel ready. Recovery moved in fractions, barely visible week to week. I wanted every careful session to return the strength I'd lost. When the numbers stayed unchanged, I read the silence as defeat, skipped the boring rehabilitation, then complained I couldn't heal. My patience changed with conditions. The news made to track the small things, range of motion, sleep control, 10 slow minutes every evening, no dramatic overload. When discomfort at precaution, I listen without retreat. Change the angle, kept the practice, stay consistent, stay complete. The body gave no sudden thunder, no cinematic return, just a little more capacity from every lesson I had learned. I stopped cursing cloudy mornings, stopped demanding some approve. Progress had been falling softly, gathering where I couldn't look. A storm is information, not permission to resign. A clear day is not a license to ignore the warning signs. Read the weather, choose the clothing, keep the destination plain. I don't control the atmosphere, I control whether I remain. Weather doesn't set the pace, clouds don't cancel what I place. I can move beneath the gray sky, I can build with what I have. Some days open, some days narrow, both belong inside the change. I don't need ideal conditions, I need patience that can stay. The forecast changes, the practice remains. I missed the full hour, so I nearly gave away the whole day. My thinking had two settings, perfect effort or defeat. If I couldn't run the program, I would never start the piece. 40 minutes became useless when I only had 16. A smaller meal was failure if the whole week wasn't clean. I kept flipping one hard switch, all commitment then collapse. Building streaks too strict to live and then escaping through the gaps. Every interruption proved I wasn't capable of change, because I never learned adjustment, I only knew extremes. But power moves through circuits, it can lower, it can route. A system built to last doesn't die when plans cut out. I'm not just on or off, I can bend without a break. I can shorten the session and still honor what I said. Less is not surrender, changed is not the same as lost. I keep current through the system, I'm not just on or off. I'm not just on or off. Now I carry backup options, 20 minutes body weight, one prepared meal from the freezer, one small task before it's late. Not excuses dressed as effort, not permission to retreat, but a second working circuit when the first one cannot meet. The old voice calls it weakness, that is not enough to count. I answer with consistency, with months that don't burn out. I would rather keep connection through an ordinary day than build a perfect week of voltage that destroys itself in flames. Full power when I have it, reduced power when I don't, but the line remains connected. I protect the forward flow. I'm not just on or off, I can bend without a break. I can shorten the session and still honor what I said. Less is not surrender, changed is not the same as lost. I keep current through the system, I'm not just on or off, but just alone. Keep the circuit closed. I no longer prove commitment by how much I can suffer tonight. I prove it by returning tomorrow. Yeah. room was on trial. Load every place, stay too late. Call exhaustion a style. 3 days with no limits, then 10 days gone. I confused being extreme with becoming strong. At work it was similar. One desperate night, every tab open, every problem in sight. I promised a new life while the energy climbed, then abandoned the promise when the feeling declined. My effort had heat, but it never held form. A bright first impression, then nothing performed. Like clay thrown too quickly, collapsing off center. I kept blaming the material instead of the pressure. Intensity can soften what resistance made hard, but heat without a structure leaves no lasting mark. I didn't need another dramatic restart. I needed steady hands when the thrill fell apart. Shape outlast, heat form out, lives the feeling. Turn the wheel again, even when the room is quiet. Shape outlast, heat keeps the pressure even. I would rather build slowly than burn through every reason. So I cut every plan to a pace I could keep. For a focus session, 7 hours of sleep. One finished assignment before adding another. No punishment Monday for a careless weekend. The first month was smaller than the promises I made. No heroic exhaustion, no spectacular change. But the work started holding when the excitement was gone. The shape stayed upright when the heat moved on. I learned where to press and when to let it rest. When effort improved me, when effort was excess. Some days needed force, some days needed repair. Consistency meant knowing the difference with care. When the wheels started shaking, I didn't throw it away. I slowed down the motion and centered the base. A rough week wasn't proof that the process had failed. It was part of the forming another detail. Not harder for a moment, more honest for a year. Not everything that feels intense is building something here. Center the weight, steady the hands. Keep what is useful, remove what won't stand. Return to the form, return to the pace. Let repetition shape what emotion can I make. Shape outlast, heat form survives the season. I don't chase the highest flame, I build a lasting rhythm. Shape outlast, heat, that is what I'm keeping. A standard I can carry when I have no perfect feeling. I no longer prove commitment by how much I can suffer tonight. I prove it by returning tomorrow.